So something that I've been noticing, I think is pretty funny, that I want to point out to some people. And before I do that, I also want to just put a disclaimer on this. I, I don't want this to seem like I'm poking at or making fun of religious people, because I'm not. This can easily be done with spiritual people. This can easily be done with people that are rational. They come at everything from a rational or logical perspective. They believe scientific methods wholeheartedly about how we got here. This can easily be done with all these people as well, and if you watch me, I do that quite frequently and plan on doing it more in the future. But this is something that just I find funny. Um, Religious people will idol worship. They don't realize they're doing it, and it's hilarious to me. I know quite a few people like this, actually. They are miserable, horrible people in all actuality, and they hide behind God. Not real God, the God portrayed in insert religious text here. And the main ones that do this are mainly Christians, which you would think Christianity and Christians, especially if they subscribe to the New Testament, would be some kind, loving people that took some things seriously, but they don't. But they will idol worship, and it's you try to point this out to them, they'll deny it because they're deluded. But they don't realize worshiping Jesus is idol worship. They don't, and you try to point that out to them and tell them that, and then they have so many excuses built up in their head as to why that's not the case that it's hilarious. And you try to pinpoint how they're wrong in every aspect, and it's the same rebuttal pretty much every time. Well, no, Jesus was God, so I'm worshiping God, and it's like, no, that's a form. And Jesus, if you've actually read anything, or Jesus told you not to do that you could do anything he could do, and then it just turns into a spiral and a circle, and then it's just a never-ending circle that feeds itself. It's pretty much just like about anything else. But what's more fascinating is they do this with other things, not just Jesus. I know, again, quite a few people. I've actually had a conversation with someone about this with Donald Trump. They look up to Donald Trump and worship Donald Trump, and you try to point out to them that that's idol worship, and they already have all these defenses built up in their mind. Now, there's a difference in saying you think X person would be a good choice for president and worshiping that person and kissing their ass. And a lot of people kiss people's asses and put them so high up on a pedestal that it is idol worship. I want you to fully understand, anyone you put up on a pedestal and anyone that you think has achieved or done anything greater than you can do or achieve, you're idol worshiping. And if you want to get technical, if you really, really want to get technical with it, these people that do this, and they have reasons and excuses for worshiping Jesus and worshiping Mary and all these things. If you want to get really, really, really technical with it, if they worship anyone but themselves, they're idol worshiping. Now, you could come at me and say, well, how is that the case? Because you say I'm just you talking to you, and it's the same thing in different forms. So even if they were worshiping Jesus, wouldn't that just be them worshiping themselves? It goes much deeper than that, because if you are worshiping another form, and the main word here is other, if you're worshiping a other form, you're not realizing what you are. So it's not the same thing in quite a few regards. So, but try to point this out to these people. Even if you do it politely and nicely, and even if you don't try to again, don't try to debate or argue with anyone. Just give them your perspective and try to have a dialogue with them. See how quickly that you can tell in their eyes and how they lose interest in their. They try to avoid the conversation. They try to switch the subject, or they just put a wall up, and they have no interest in talking about it anymore. And this can go for anything other than what I'm telling you about right here. So, if you are a Christian and you're doing this, realize you're idol worshiping. If you are in any sort of religion that is against that, and you're worshiping a prophet or anything like this even goes into Buddhism. This goes into anything you can think of. People just don't realize it because they are deluded. And good luck telling someone they're deluded. Good luck telling someone that's deluded and in denial that they're deluded and in denial, because they'll just deny it. Big surprise there. But yeah, this just popped into my head and I thought it was funny. This is something that I've been trying to point out to people. So, you know, it's a game of form and play of life. I mean, talking to you. So, realize that. Love you guys.